Gundam.tk presents Master Gundam and Fuun Saiki. To put Fuun Saiki together, it's pretty straightforward with the rear legs. And when he's all put together, yes, a high-grade Gundam horse. We've seen it before with some of the SD kits, but anyway, it's just ridiculous to have this in 1/144th scale. I'm not too keen on one big thing though. I just tried not to use the stand here for the first pose, but you'll notice that these rear hooves are locked down into place. They're all bent at such an angle that they have to go like that, and you don't have any mobility back there. These front hooves do have a fair bit of mobility. You can even bring them out and in. The problem is that the hooves themselves are actually locked into place, which means he can only be down on his tippy toes if you don't want to use the base. The hind legs don't move at all, although the tail does, and again you're going to be able to bend this much here and this much down here, so nothing fancy there. Up at the front, because they're on a ball joint, you're actually going to get a good swing motion there, and you can bring the leg all the way around, I suppose, if you wanted to, except it's going to kick into the back leg there. Here, you can bend this part this much, and this is also on a ball joint, so you get more posability than you'd think, and a good bend down there. It is disappointing that you can't move the ankles. You'd think with this many points of articulation, they'd give you the most important one, and even the head is able to go up and down as he agrees with his master. For height comparison, here's Fuun Saiki on all fours next to the Master Gundam in his normal mode. And especially when you include the unicorn horn, he towers over Nobel Gundam. But when you attach the base, and remember this is painted, it's going to look white if you just do it as is right out of the box. Once he's half aerial, I don't know very much about robot horses, but let me tell you, Genghis Khan, if he had this, he wouldn't have been stopped. He would have had all of Asia. But back to how it actually looks. I have to say it's really great, especially if you're going to put in the time to line it. Those black lines all over the place, and I'm very happy that I painted the hooves, and it's that yellow part on the head. I don't think this would look half as good if it didn't have the seals. They do give you the red parts, but having the differentiation just on the side of the head and the unicorn horn, I think he actually comes across as looking very good, whereas if he was just white and red with some poor stickers down there, it might be a little bit disappointing. If you wanted to go a step further, you can actually add some yellow anklets, if you want to call them, down there, just for that little bit of extra pizzazz. And again, I'm quite happy that that's painted. On the stand, from whatever angle you look at it, Fuun Saiki towers over the high grades. And in terms of head height, he actually gives the master grade 007 sword a run for its money, although horn height is going to beat out the V-fin here, but for a high grade 1/144th, he comes across as just being absolutely massive. To get the Master Gundam mounted up, here you can just open up the saddle, pull this part out, and then put this back on. And when you're done, if you have a lot of Gundams on your shelf and you put this one on it, I think it's going to stand out no matter what you do, because at the end of the day, you have a high-grade Gundam mobile fighter riding on a robot horse. Anyway, my impression overall is very positive. It looks very good. The only problem being is that the Master Gundam may be leaning back a little bit too far. There are a few weight issues if you try to put out the wings like that, because he is going to pull him back. It's no problem getting the reins into his hand. The reins actually fit better in than the Master Cloth does. It's cool to see that you can bend the ankles so much so you can actually have them pointing down. So there you have it, the hand, the horse, and all the colors. The seals, the yellow actually really works well because you get it in the front and the back this way for a little bit of offset, and overall, very, very pleasing. So I'm going to wrap up this part right here, but don't forget to stay tuned for the final verdict, where you'll hear everything you need to know about the mobile fighter, Master Gundam, and Fuun Saiki. And of course, I'll be thinking about the fact that they are a combination, because you can't buy one without the other. Anyway, everybody, stay tuned. Please hit like if you do for the video, and subscribe if you haven't already. See you next part, everybody.